Hey everybody, welcome to May. I cannot believe it. The year's like almost halfway over already. I don't know what happened. Hope everyone's doing well. It is, man, it is heating up here in the desert. We are toasty. So hopefully you are enjoying a nice, calm end of spring, early summer, wherever you are. Today I want to talk about what shadow work this month has in store for us. So every month I like to pull a card from the Osho Zen Tarot to help us kind of explore and get to know ourselves on a deeper level and figure out what sort of energies it is that we really need to be focusing on at this particular point in time. Now, the card that came up for us this month is the card of the Creator. And the Creator is just what it sounds like. It is creating things. And it's really about you and your responsibility as the creator for your own life and in your own space. So there's a couple of different things that it is trying to show us or get us to focus on at this time. The first thing that it really wants us to acknowledge is to master the control we have over the spaces that we walk into, right? And so I think a lot of times we give our control away to other people, depending what's happening, depending what's coming at us, depending how we're feeling at the time. And so it's really about learning how to take your power back in different situations and in any situation that you find yourself walking into. We are also being asked to really learn how to create our lives in the world around us from a place of maturity. Spirit is telling us that right now you are in a place where you have mastered a lot of things. You have a lot of wisdom to share. You have a lot of knowledge and insight into situations and clarity on things that you may not have had before. And it's really about using this as a skill to create things around you. The other thing that it really wants to tell us right now is that you are in a place where you are ready to create something that is a direct reflection of you. You are ready to bring something beautiful and amazing that's a piece of yourself into the world at this time. And so you might want to start thinking about, what is that? Like, what do I have to offer? What is it that I can share? What is special about me? What am I good at? So these things will help you figure out what you want to create. Creation can come in all forms. You don't have to paint a masterpiece or write the world's most amazing love poem or, anything like that. Like, creation comes from so many things. So figure out what creation works for you, what form of that works for you, and what it is you think would be helpful, and how you can be brave enough to share that piece of the world with yourself, because I think that's another issue too. It's when we share something deeply personal with people, we're always worried how that's going to be taken, if people are going to make fun of us, if people are going to think we're weird. And even just sharing something deeply private or personal, even if it's in order to help other people, or even if it's in an abstract way, that can feel kind of scary too. So it's also about finding your bravery and learning to create. Now, the other last thing that I kind of want to talk about today that's really interesting. So there are two different types of creators. So depending which one you're going to be is going to be depending on what it is that you're doing. So the first one that we want to talk about, it's more of an external or an outer creator, right? And these are the people that create tangible things. These are the people that write poetry and paint, they sculpt, they draw, they write books. They might invent things, right? Products or different stuff. They might create a new business. They might create a new recipe. There's all of these things that people can create. Maybe they create a new hairstyle. Who knows, right? What's going to be in? But there's people that create externally in whatever way feels good to them. So this is one group of creators. And so if that's something that you feel more drawn to, that is definitely an option for you. The second option is there's internal creators, right? So these are the people who are actually, they create by creating themselves. They work on themselves. So that looks like anything from, self-awareness to self-growth to self-love to healthy boundaries to identifying your values and staying in alignment, to releasing old patterns that we really don't like, right? To changing things we don't like about ourselves by telling ourselves different stories, by untangling those false beliefs that we have about ourselves or that other people have enforced upon us, and creating something that we think is beautiful, like as an individual. And then when we go out into the world, we just share that creation by sharing ourselves. So those are two different types that you can choose from. But the kind of moral of the story, or the energy of this card here too, is that while you can create, it should be creating to be fun. It should not be necessarily creating because something's wrong with you or because you have to fix something. Spirit wants you to know that you are perfect just the way you are. Of course, with anything, you could always make things more than they are or less, but you know, you are enough is basically the message that is coming through this month with the creation. So just create from that place, and I think that will serve everybody really well. So if you want to share with me in the comments what you're interested in creating or doing, I think that would be cool. Let everyone see, especially if people need ideas. But until next time, I hope that you have a really good time working on this. Thank you as always for watching and for supporting me, and I hope that you all have an absolutely beautiful day.